Semi-final, and we're getting 4-0. It's probably going to be 5. I've just started doing my post-match reaction now. Why wait until the game's done? Got Big 6 later. I'm jet-lagged. What's the point? I don't want to waste any more time. I just want to get this out there and just state how pathetic a performance this has been. Truly, truly embarrassing. I understand the injuries. I understand the fact that we have to come here and we're not going to dominate the ball. We're not going to be the team letting off hella shots. We're not going to be the team. We're not going to be the team that basically bosses the game. But I expect competition. Because they gave competition at our ground. I'm talking about they as in Tottenham. Our team. We competed at our ground. This has been anything but competition. I think we've had something like 2-3 shots. Liverpool are probably going to 5-0 us. They're going to 5-0 us. They're going to 6-0 us. It's embarrassing, man. I don't even know where to begin. Like, it's literally so bad. So bad. We didn't do enough in the window. Great. We signed Tell. I was happy with that signing. With Danso, I don't know much about him, but I'm not going to be sad at getting the centre-back in. So at least we got some players in, but we needed more. The powers that be didn't give us more. We needed another centre-back. We didn't get it. We needed another midfielder. We didn't get it. But if I focus on this game, Newcastle beat Arsenal 4-0. Newcastle, a team that a lot will say we're meant to be on equal footing with. They beat Arsenal 4-0 on aggregate. They didn't have Joelinton yesterday. To be fair. Oh, here we go. Bruh. It's actually going to be 5 or 6. Embarrassing. Newcastle have made 2 finals in 3 years. We had a 1-0 lead and we've come here and we've been absolutely hammered. Our record at Anfield is abysmal. So I was expecting a loss today, but I had a small glimmer of just some hope. And my title when we first beat them at our ground, I said, I dare you to give me a trip to Wembley. And clearly they prefer the truth. We played truth or dare. I dared them to give me a trip to Wembley, and the truth is, we're shit. The truth is, the manager's shit. Nothing more I can say. I tried to tone down the swearing, so I'm not going to swear as much, but it's embarrassing. Look at the performance, man. I mean, the game plan is the game plan. Cool. You want to sit back. You played a flat midfield because you want to try and close off space. You want to try and limit Liverpool's effectiveness in the midfield. I understand it. Completely understand it. Wasn't mad at it. Pedro Porro didn't start. Wasn't mad at it because he's been playing bad. The attack is the attack. Wasn't mad at it. Was not mad at the lineup. But the performance in the first half, the midfield. What midfield? Pap Sarr reverted back to type. Well, type based off the last 2-3 months. Terrible today. Basuma, terrible. Bentancur, terrible. Where was the midfield? Guys struggling to string 2-3 passes together. They were so bad. It should have been 5. They were so bad. Basuma giving away the balls cheaply for the first goal. Sarr just running around like a headless chicken. He gets the ball and just loses it. Nowhere near his man. Bentancur just operating at us as our 6, but giving us no protection whatsoever. What's the point? Honestly, what is the point? What was the point of the midfield today? Useless. Absolutely useless. And a big component in why we struggled this game, because they have not got anywhere near Liverpool today. Just running around like headless chickens, and when they get the ball, nosebleeds. Anfield is a daunting place to come to. Much better sides than Spurs have come here and they've been humbled. Much better sides that we've had. They've come here and they've been humbled. Absolutely. I understand that. But this is a cup semi-final. 4-0. 4-0. And it's probably going to be 5. 4-0. You were winning. You were winning. And what's mad is they've hit us for 4 with no reply. We've not even mustered so much as a sniff outside of a sun shot that hit the crossbar. Nothing. But I just want to shout out how bad the midfield was today. And it wasn't just them. It wasn't just them. Even playing out from the back. Archie Gray lost the ball a couple of times. Just as a team, we just couldn't keep the ball. Kinski today was so poor. So poor. He's a kid. At the end of the day, he's a kid. And I have to be mindful of that because he had such a great debut against Liverpool. And it feels like everything we've seen since then is such a drop off. But he's 21. He's 21. He's going to make mistakes. However, I do want to see better. I want to see better from Kinski. I want to see better. It's not just him. It's just the whole thing. It just stinks. This club, they just stink. And I hate being a realist, but I have to be. Because I feel like this is a rude awakening to the whole, oh, let's focus on the cups. Let's focus on the cups. As if to say, just incompetence is just gonna stop in the Prem and not seep its way through to us when we're playing cup competitions. And we've got Aston Villa away next. Okay, no problem. Richarlison injured now too. No problem. No problem. Incompetence is incompetence. Whether you play on a Tuesday or Thursday or Sunday, if you're incompetent, you're going to be incompetent across all of those days. That's just common sense. But if I get back onto the game, Kinski, the midfield, poor. Son, useless. Absolutely useless on the left. Honestly. I know he's been playing way too much football and it doesn't help. But nothing. We got nothing from Son. And he stayed on the left for practically the whole game until we were 4-0 down. And then finally the manager does the sensible thing, which is a rarity sometimes these days, and puts him through the middle. Useless. Kulusevski, poor today. These man, they're running on empty. But in this cup semi-final, we need more. We need more. You have to rise it, man. And they didn't. Kulu was so poor today. So poor. Bar maybe 1 or 2. In fact, I would say probably like 3 or 4 good moments. The rest, poor. Poor. Richarlison, I don't even want to speak on that performance. Atrocious. Before he got injured, atrocious. I think he held up the ball maybe 1 time. And I understand it. It's Van Dijk. It's Konate. It's not easy. Tell came on and he felt the brunt end of that. It's not easy. But come on, man. Can we try? Can we try and actually play with some pride? Play as if we want to be in the final? Could someone tell these lot that they were in the semi-final today? Because it didn't feel like it outside of maybe 2 performances. Jed Spence. I have to big up Jed Spence again. Because even in a 4-0 defeat, this is the only guy outside of Danso probably that's played to a competent level. That's not looked flustered. That's not looked overawed. That was very measured when he had possession. Not chasing his touch like a headless chicken. Not losing the ball carelessly under minimal pressure. And don't even get me started on the manager, which I'll get onto in the second half. But Jed Spence, big up to you because you're yet again another shining light. Another shining light amongst the sea of darkness. Just pitch black. What's that sea called? The Black Sea. Just bad. And I've only just spoken about the first half. Even Ben Davies, sloppy giveaway that led to the second goal. I mean, symptomatic of our performance, really. Just useless giveaways of the ball. Just turning over possession like it was like we were being paid to lose the ball today. Embarrassing. And then I have to speak on this manager. Like, I tried to give him the blight. I tried to be sympathetic of his situation because he's missing a lot of players. I think we still got like 10 or 11 players injured. No Solanke, no Van der Ven, no Romero, no Destiny, no Odebear. Players are missing. Richarlison goes off injured. Maddison is injured. I understand it. Players are missing. It's techie. Even Dragusin injured. I get it. I get it, brother. Even dead guys like Werner injured. I understand it. But brother, you are a manager. You're being paid millions of pounds to try and find solutions. If you see a problem and you have the ability to rectify, then rectify. But we don't even get that. We don't even get that. Look at that from Son. Look at that from Son. We don't even get that. The second half. So on top of the fact that he brought on Tel, put Tel through the middle, Tel struggled through the middle. He didn't change it until we were 4-0 down. Cool. So when we go 2-0 down, it's time to try and open up, try and start playing. Let's see if we can get some results. Let's see if we can get a result, sorry. Let's see if we can try and score some goals. Let's see if we can even get some shots on target. But we don't even do that. We don't even do that. Because you know what this manager does? Do you know what this manager does? He goes and brings on Bergvall. Fine. Brings on, who else did he bring on? He brought on Bergvall and he brought on, I can't even remember who the second sub was. He brought on Bergvall and he brought on, oh God, who was the second sub? I can't remember the second sub, but this guy has played Jed Spence. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Jed Spence, he played him right wing. Right wing. Sorry, his second sub was Porro. So we needed Porro. We needed Bergvall because Bergvall, we needed someone to get onto the ball, not lose it and maybe drive with it. A logical manager who's not crazy, who doesn't think that his way is the best way, would have kept one of Bentancur, Basuma or Sarr, and then put Archie Gray next to them. You're at Anfield. You need two players in front of the defence at all times. You're at Anfield. No matter what the scoreline is, you're at Anfield. But no, what does he do? He puts Archie Gray at left back to deal with Mo Salah, who Jed Spence was dealing with for most of the game, if not the whole game, and dealt with in the previous encounters we've had in 1v1 situations. He puts a weaker player defensively up against Mo Salah, the most in-form attacker in world football right now. He puts the right back, who's played that position at left back and having a good game at left back, he puts him right wing. And then at Anfield, he plays the 1-6, just 1-6, who's been terrible all game by himself and plays 2 8s. One of which is a fading Kulusevski and the other is an 18-year-old Bergvall or 19-year-old Bergvall. What kind of manager is this? How can I get how am I meant to tell myself that this is the guy that's going to take Tottenham forward? Immediately he made those changes. We went from being dog crap to literally, we were so bad it smelt like the devil's poo. That's how bad we were after those changes. The midfield was open sesame. Just look at the third goal they scored. McAllister picks up the ball, realises, oh shit, there's no one next to me. I can literally take a touch, take another touch, dribble into space, and no one's going to come close to me. And then he picks a pass to Jones, who finds Szoboszlai. 3-0. 3-0. We didn't look any more threatening. I think Pedro Porro was picking some passes, yeah. But we looked worse. So not only have you changed things, you've changed him for the worst. You've made things worse for Tottenham. You've made things so bad for Tottenham. We looked just as bad defensively, and we now looked even worse defensively. This is a manager who will not get Tottenham over the line, in my opinion, when it comes to situations like this. And anyone who thinks I'm just going over the top, oh yeah, you're doing too much. I've been saying this for weeks. When it comes to a game of fine margins, and this wasn't even fine margins, we were 2-0 down. But for all intents and purposes, we're 2-1 down. We're 2-1 down. All you need is one goal to get back into the game. And we have a manager that makes us worse. How? How, Sway? The guy's a poor manager. I'm sorry. I've had enough of saying it. I've had enough of trying to defend it. The guy is not good enough for Tottenham. He's not. And it's not just down to him that we've lost today. You saw me. I've pammed the heck out of all of our players who played poorly today. They were pants. Guys who treated this game like a training match. Embarrassing. But when you want a manager to try and make the difference, to try and be savvy, you don't get that with him. You get radical, hipster-like changes that don't benefit Tottenham, typically. But we're going to go to Aston Villa. We're going to win, apparently. We're going to win the Europa League because apparently the cups. Cup. We're going to win a cup. No, we're not. This is a reality check, unfortunately. And it's a painful one because I wanted to go to Wembley. I've never seen my team play at Wembley in a cup final. I've seen them in a semi-final. I've seen them in a league game. I've seen them in a Champions League game. I've never seen my team in the flesh at Wembley. And under this manager, I'm probably never going to see my team at Wembley. Terrible ownership, leaves us short, and we get 2 players after 31 days, 32 days since the window opened. Yeah? We don't get an extra centre-back. Our centre-back who's just come back fit gets injured. We'd have a manager who compounds our issue with just weird setups, weird changes, and horrendous in-game management. And it's compounded by players just not delivering because some of these players are just not good enough. Some are good. I would say we've got a lot of good players, but some are just too unreliable. Bentancur, I'm talking about you. Basuma, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you guys. Yeah? Son, through the left. I'm talking about you right now. Even Kulusevski, I think he's been probably our best player this season, but the performances the last couple of months, whilst I'm not talking about you as unreliable, in the last month, he's not been good enough. And it's not just him. Richarlison, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you, brother. Injury prone, and when you play, you don't even play that well. But we're going to win cups. Do me a favour, man.